All right. Last coach poll vote of the year. Looking at the forms, which I'll do here. This is for those of y'all that did not see. I talked about it on stream some, but Kansas beat SMU in the final. So this was our final bracket. You can see Ball State made it. LSU, though, taking care of business. Coastal making it. Nebraska beating Georgia. Of course, that made me excited. But yeah, Kansas was really, really good this year. Really good offense and methodical offense and defense. Or no, methodical offense, really good defense, high scoring. I'll have to watch the game, but it seemed really good from what I saw in chat. West Virginia and Mr. Big Mike Shell and Mike, two of the long vets in the league, and then Notre Dame. Notre Dame went undefeated, but you know you can't be higher than 5 unless you win a conference championship. If you guys didn't know that, now you know. Oh, pretty cool bracket. See, 45-17 was the finale, and then Kansas won the cup too. This is the semifinal game. I believe the cup score was 59-51. So not only did he win the championship, he won the cup. Great year for him. But we're not here for that. We're here for the final coach poll. So looking at my coach contract, just so you guys can see, I couldn't vote in 2 polls because I wasn't there. So the preseason, week 2, and week 4, so technically 3. And then I missed one because I was out and I forgot to vote when I came back. Coach report, I can't do 2 of them because I didn't play the first 2 games. So these 3, the max I can get is 10. You see, I've got 30.4 of the total 40 points. It's a 40-40-20 system. The coach reports I won't be able to see until the score is announced. So I'll be able to see the feedback and then also be able to see season success because I don't know exactly what it was. I won my rivalry games. I don't know what my conference success is. I don't know what the goal was, but I do know my win goal I did not get. The win goal was 10 and I got 8. So what happened here? Weeks 1 and 2 are missing. Doesn't matter. But anyway, we're here to do the final vote. So that's what we came here for. So I can get my final points and go from there. So poll voting. And if you click the plus, it should have the games played since pretty much the last vote. Oh, Kansas won the championship. I think it's pretty safe to say they should be number 1. Southern Methodist was the runner-up, so I think it's safe to put him in the 2 spot. I'm going to open up another tab here so I can see the bracket. So Ohio State on one side and LSU on the other side. So Ohio State was the 3. They beat Notre Dame and lost to SMU. I'll go Ohio State number 3. I feel like that's fair. And then LSU number 4. So the final 4 will be my top 4 teams. Make it last on principle. Then the question is, where do we go from there? So how far out am I willing to go? Am I willing to put all of these teams in the top 12? Probably could. Who would be 5? Because I'd look at the final 8. We got West Virginia, Notre Dame, Nebraska, and Coastal. Notre Dame. Really good season by Notre Dame too, by the way. Good conference commissioner. Notre Dame, West Virginia, Nebraska, not Nevada, Nebraska, and then Coastal will be number 8. Give them that. And then the last four, you've got Mizzou, Tennessee, Ball State, and Georgia. Mizzou, Georgia, Ball State, and Tennessee. They're pretty low, weren't they? Tennessee was 23. That's a big jump to put them at 11. I'm going to hold off on those two. I'm fine with the top 10 though, because most of them are top 10 teams. So then looking at other teams, you have Oregon State. They went 12-1. They won their bowl game. Because they won their bowl game, they're going to drop for me, but I'll put them at number 11. South Carolina, 11-2. I'm cool with them being number 12. I put priority on teams that made the playoff. I think that's fair. Well, South Carolina, number 12. Temple went 13-1. They lost the conference championship game, I believe. No, they won. They lost their bowl game. They got a first place vote. They beat Oregon. Oh, that's impressive. So Temple at 13. Iowa, 9-4. I'm probably going to drop them out. I'll put them at 22 for now, just so they're still in my head. We'll have Iowa there. Southern Miss, another team with a really good season. Put them number 14. Then you have Ball State and Tennessee. Well, Ball State will go up one. Liberty, 11-3. Toledo, 12-1. Toledo blew out SC. Blew them out. I watched that game. Crazy. Oh, Toledo at 16. Memphis, another team with a good season. I'll put Memphis at 17, and then I'll put Liberty there. So Memphis, Liberty. Bam. Baylor's going to drop out for me. Michigan at 10-3. They beat Arizona State. Michigan can slide in there. Maybe Michigan could be a little bit higher. Sorry, crazy eyes, don't judge me too much. We'll go ahead and drop Michigan at the 19. So at least they went up in the poll. Northwestern 10-3. And the odd thing about Northwestern, they were actually in the bracket. So Massey does our bracket, or does our Massey ratings. No surprise, right? So he actually did it, Mr. Ken Massey. And when it was done initially, Northwestern had Ball State's spot. But then they found that the conference championship games weren't included. So when they reran it correctly, Ball State moved ahead of Northwestern. So Northwestern dropped out of the tournament. And my friend Sean is Boise State, so he ran into a buzzsaw. Because I can imagine he was pretty pissed. It's unfortunate. He handled it professionally, but I can imagine that he was pretty bummed out. Bowling Green, I'll put 20. Do I want to keep Iowa in there? I mean, they were 9-4. I'll keep them in. Bowling Green, I'll have them at 23. You got Oregon, they lost, so they dropped out. Clemson and South Alabama. So that's why I had this tab open, so I could see the bowl games. So, by the way, my bowl games, one of the few that were not played. There were 4 in total that weren't played. That's unfortunate. Let's look at Clemson. See if Clemson won. He did. 45-38. So we'll put Clemson there. And for that final spot, South Alabama, I could have swore I saw them and that they won. Maybe I'm making it up. I thought I saw them though. By the way, Texas State, that running back is a monster. Damn bots. I was available, but I was out in San Diego when it opened up. And when I got back, I reached out to him, but we just never connected. I would say it's not throwing him under the bus, but it didn't seem like he really was trying to get the game played. I'm like, hey, I'm fully available to play. I got back Tuesday. I'm fully available to play Wednesday and Thursday. No response Wednesday. South Alabama lost. He really wasn't trying to play. It's fine. Not a big deal. Purdue beat Louisville. Alright, that works. That's alright. No big deal. There's my top 25. So if you have a team listed twice, it'll turn red, because you can't have that. So we'll take that. We're done. So you see, I missed preseason 2 and 4 because I didn't have the team, and then I missed 8 because pretty sure I was hanging out with Nick. And when I got back, I had full intentions on doing it, and then I went to sleep. And I woke up like, no. Legitimately woke up an hour after it was due. And so now going back to the coach contract, that update. So now I have 31.3. So I'm going to be in day 2 since I took this team over. So you're looking at 31.3 plus whatever I get in my coach report. The highest and lowest get dropped. I probably won't show it on stream. I don't know if people I usually put my name in the comments so they could see what I put. And if you give anyone less than a 5, you should be putting why. Then season success is 20. This will be determined soon. So if we go to Discord, just so you guys can see, this is what I was talking about earlier. I read this. So the top 25, the last one is due in an hour, 54 minutes. Code score will be released on Tuesday. Then you have to declare, and you can declare on the website. There's a link to do it. So it automates, so that way they know which teams are available. And they will be due Wednesday. But since I took over the team, I do not get to choose. I will automatically be day 2. So day 1 is anyone that was able to keep their team that wants to enter the draft. Day 2 are all the people that took over mid-season or were fired because they didn't meet the criteria to be able to keep their team. One cool thing is if you keep your team and you want to dynasty them, you can bank up to 5 points. So you give yourself some leeway. But day 1 and day 2 are determined by your coach score overall. So it sorts from highest to lowest. So we'll see. And then the draft will be on Thursday. So you can see here, coach score will be released on the 1st. Declarations due at the end of the 1st. Draft order will be revealed on the 3rd. And then the draft will be that evening. So I'll get to enjoy, hopefully, a Buccaneer win while waiting for my pick to draft. And I will draft.